All right, welcome back, guys. Let's just crack on with this mixing. This mixdown is really just problem solving at the moment and just tweaking things. It's nothing really major because we've done quite a bit of work on a lot of these sounds already. So we're just kind of moving through, making sure everything is at the right levels. And one thing I noticed was our leads via in this loop are a little bit loud in places. So we're just going to start at the top and just kind of work our way down, make sure that there's no problems. Let's just check out what's going on here. Just a little bit of compression. Probably not all that necessary, but good way, just checking especially with the stuff that we're working with now, the leads and stuff, we don't really want too much sub coming through on a lot of them. So one good way to sort of just troubleshoot and just double check that your mix is fine in Cubase is to enable the EQ. The EQ on your actual mixer. There we go. There's just it's just, you can see it's a nice easy way to see what is going on in your track. So immediately I can see what's popping out that doesn't have okay, these ones here obviously wouldn't because they are bounces with the kick and the bass. That one would be 2 as far as I know. In actual fact, what is that channel? That was just a reverb, which could actually have a bit of a low cut on just in case. But yeah, it's just a nice, easy way to see. So if we head over to what we're working on now. So like this one, for example, does not have a... this was a bounce. Okay, we're going to come up to that one in just a sec. And this one is actually, from listening to it earlier on, that is actually a problem at the moment. It's there's too much bottom end in that, so we'll fix that up now. A little bit of compression again. Okay, let's come down to this. It's probably not necessary to have that one playing in MIDI anymore, seeing as that we have a bounce already. Which is way too loud. We'll just double check that when it comes in later again. Just while we at it, this is not really mixing, but I just want to quickly grab this and add a reverb onto this. Oh, wait, let's just quickly do that. And that'll do. I just wanted a little bit of a lead up to this. Just a little bit of compression on that one. Oh yeah, that I'm fine with. Okay, there were some problems. Yeah. So I'm just going to copy these channel settings because we've got two. Actually, let's just check first. Yeah, okay, we just copied the two together. It's just really the volume of this one, yeah, it's bothering me, but not over there. Okay, now in this context, this one's a little bit soft, so we'll just do that just by changing the gain on the audio file. Okay, these ones, because they were just little chopped up audio edits, I was a little bit stupid and didn't do the fade outs. Just to make sure we don't have little clicks and stuff going on. I'm going to bounce these down to a apologies. Well, let's just do those. I just want those in their own little loop so that I can just do some automation work on them, but without having to redo it on each channel. You could just put them into a group as well, but this is easier for me. I just want this to kind of fade out a little bit more than it is right now. This sub bass is crying out for a little bit of distortion. So I'm just going to move these down a little bit so that I can put just a little bit of compression on this. And just make sure when you move around your inserts, sometimes the automation will automatically turn off, like the gain, for example, there now. So just make sure that they'll turn on, especially when you've got one that's got as many automation channels as this one has. And that's clipping a little bit, so remember the gain staging. We want to go back to where it is clipping, which should probably be the source of the sound in here. Yeah, and you can see right there it's too loud. And I don't know if you remember. If you remember a few of the lessons back, I was talking to you about the using a gain plugin like this. This is exactly the reason why I do it, because we've got gain automation or level automation happening on this lead right now. But if I was to push this up, which is what we're going to need to do now because we've dropped the volume of the synth, so we want to push up the volume on the mixer. If I had automation running on the volume for the channel, the second I push play, this would just pop back down to where it was because of the automation. So I would actually have to go in here and redraw all the automation to be correct in relation to the new volume changes that we put in. So now, because we're using a gain plugin to change the volume, I can just freely move the level around on the actual mixer without having any changes. And this would be exactly the same if you're using a VCA fader in Cubase. I'm just doing it this way because it's all, once again, it's all contained over here. So I just find it nice to have everything in one place. If we had a VCA fader, it would be another channel next to this one with a volume automation. There are times where I do use VCA faders when I'm trying to do more complex stuff, like actually, if you have volume automation and then you want to actually automate the overall automation of all the volume, you can use a VCA fader for that. So it can get quite complicated, but there are times and place for that. But for simple things like this, I usually just use a gain plugin like that, which works for me. See there again, because I've shifted the order of the plugins. Just re-enable that. Kind of adds another dimension to that pattern using a delay. And we're just going to automate that as well to kind of start off dry and then gradually come up. Apologies. I'm just trying to see whether it'd be something worth saving that. We might actually render that down to audio and just take out that that feedback delay as well. Just have that running through that section. But we'll come back to that later on. I'm going to run over everything again and just smooth out some of the effects and stuff later on. This is more just mixing and fixing stuff right now. Stereo enhancer plugin. Okay, I think that's most of the things I had an issue with was the volume of that lead, and I'm still gonna tweak the main lead as well. But I think that's most of the problem sorted out. One thing you want to do as well is just double check again through the effects section. Pretty much everything. Those are the two low effect sounds. So you can see those ones don't have the... I'm going to just quickly run through all of these as well and just make sure they've all got low cuts on them. And yeah, from here, it's just... I'm pretty happy with the mix as it is. I might just fractionally balance a few things level-wise. But yeah, I'll take some time just to fiddle with that. It's not something I need to do on camera. It's essentially just moving faders up and down a little bit. We'll tweak a few things with the effects, just move a few things around. I think there's places where some of these earlier sounds can probably get moved just to fill a few gaps there. But pretty much near the end, besides tweaking the outro and the lead, and then we can start prepping this for mastering, well, mix down and then mastering. Yeah, we'll just, before we master, we'll just take a look at the groups again and just add a few more effects and just clipping and so on and so on. And then we'll bounce down to either to stems or to a stereo mastering file, and then we'll go over the mastering for the track as well. Cool. I'll see you in the next one.